Now here we've got one side of the stripes already installed, as we're going to show you how we did it, doing it the wet method. But you can see we've got our center tape marking our 2-inch gap, as this is a 2-inch gap installation, and you can see the stripes already been installed on the other side and looks really nice. So here we go. We clean the surface really good with some rubbing alcohol, so we just put it in a spray bottle. Wipe off any residue. That cleans it really well. Just regular normal rubbing alcohol. Turn your stripe, pull it off of the paper, turn it upside down so you can spray it with your water and soap solution. Just take a couple drops of dishwashing detergent in with water in your spray bottle so it will slide around. See, you spray the back of the stripe and the car where you're installing it. Then turn it over. And see, with that detergent, that'll allow you to slide it around up to your marks. Now this is a pre-cut set, so you won't need to trim it. You'll line up with your squirter and with your 2-inch tape and roughly get it into place, lining it up at your marks. Then you'll take your felt squeegee and you'll want to start squeegeeing from the center, just back and forth, getting the water out, because until all the water's gone, the stripe will not stay in place real well. And going around like the back and the front, you're going to want to let it dry real well before you attempt to go over the curve, as it won't stick until it's dry. But see, you're working all the water out from inside the stripe underneath it till you get to the front. And then you're going to want to just squeegee it like that. Take a towel, dry off all the excess water, and you're going to want to leave it like that for about 15 minutes. You let it dry for about 15 minutes, and it's starting to curve, and you can just see it's just got a few little wrinkles there. And then what you do, you just lightly take a heat gun, and then that'll make it more tacky, and it'll really start to stick. Don't get it too hot or pull and stretch it, but see, if you just get a little warm, and then it will just stretch right around there. Okay, now we're going to do this front license plate area. Now see, on this particular model it has the license plate cutout, so we're going to show how we do our sets with the license plate cutout. See, on the set there'll be that little piece that fills in the center part. It's just as impossible to do it all in one piece on this front bumper. So first off, you want to put that piece in there to fill in the centerpiece. Now in states like Arizona, where we don't require a front license plate, you could put, you know, a novelty plate there, and you may not want to put those pieces. Okay, now you just want to go ahead and kind of work that in with your felt squeegee. And it's not going to stick real good to the curves yet. Again, just like the hood before, you're going to want to let this dry for about 15 minutes. Get your heat gun to it and let the moisture. Okay, you can see here where you want to take the heat gun and get it to conform into those curves. You know, you can use your fingers like that. Works well. You have a cotton glove on, and that works really well, and you know, keeps the fingerprints off and everything. So use a soft glove, works well. So you just heat it up a little, conforms it right into those corners, and just work out all the any wrinkles. And if you get a little wrinkle, pull it back up and just work it out so there is none. There shouldn't be any at all. See, here we're putting the chin pieces on. You do the same thing. Now some of the chin pieces in your kit may be a little long, because we make some of them longer to accommodate a variety of different chins and spoilers. So if you need to, just simply take a pair of scissors and just trim it down to the length of that. Otherwise, everything else is already pre-cut to fit. And see, you just heat gun and keep working that until it's just totally tight. No wrinkles, nothing. It'll totally conform to the curve and the shape of that front bumper. Just keep working it. Just patience, patience, patience. Just work those little bubbles. And if you have to, you take a little pin and pop any air bubbles that you may get. That's normal. And now we're going to be putting on the second part. Now if you have a front nose piece that doesn't have the license plate cutout, it is a 3-piece installation, there's a bottom, middle, and top. This is just the way to do it if you use the part with the license plate cut out. So you get both sides wet. See how you can just slide that around, get right into the position that you need it. See, with that soapy water, it just lets it slide around real nice, and you just line it up, and then, you know, work a little of it. See, it felt squeegee. You can start working the water out at the top, and see, that'll help hold it. But you can't pull on it much at this point until it dries a little more, because with the water in there, it'll keep sliding. So again, you'll want to just squeegee the water out and then let it sit for 10 minutes. And here we're just removing the glue tape that we had on. Make sure you use blue painter's tape, because regular masking tape will leave residue on the car. Okay, so you're on the front now. We've let it dry for about 10 minutes, and now you can take your heat gun and, you know, soft glove works really well on these contours, and see how the heat gun just helps, you know, just helps mold it and right in. It fills all the nooks and crannies and goes right into that molding. And see that, and we pulled the stripes off, and then look how nice. And now you can put your license plate back on, or a novelty plate, or leave it, you know, like here in Arizona, we don't have to run a front plate, and you could leave it like that. And see there, they're just a little bit long enough so you can tuck them under the lower grill, and the upper stripe will tuck underneath the upper grill. See, and there's where you take a, you know, a thinner squeegee, and you can kind of lift up. So you can kind of lift up on that grill with another, you know, always, those are both plastic squeegees, so it won't, you know, scratch. So you need to just tuck the stripe just a little bit extra, so it tucks right up underneath that grill to finish it off, so the edges are never showing or exposed to the elements. See? Good. Looks good. Okay, and see, there it is. Everything's all been heat gunned in. Everything looks real nice and all finished, ready to enjoy it. And see, that's what it should look like. And you can see here where the squirters are. They're all ready. See, and then you tuck it around to the back a little bit there, and you're all finished. And then just ready to put the squirters back in. Same process on the roof. Just working both stripes down at the same time, same as you did the hood.